you are worth this amount, so don't be afraid to ask. Do the ask. I think my favorite outcome is not only getting my clients what they deserve, but also empowering them to, in the future, ask for what they deserve.
Hello, everyone. I am Michelle Melville-Kashan. I am the Community and Content Director here at Sexual Health Alliance. And today I'm with Ria Chattergoon. Ria Chattergoon is a no-nonsense lawyer that works with a plethora of clients, from C-suite executives to adult film stars or social media personalities on OnlyFans. Welcome, Ria.
Thank you. Thank you for having me.
Yes, we're so excited to have you. So tell us, what are some of the top issues that you see with your clients?
Some of the top issues I would say is contracting, negotiating contracts, payment issues, receiving the pay that you're worth, as well as timely payments, as well as contracting non-payment terms, which there are a lot of. So, we could talk a little bit about those, but those are some of the issues I see as it relates to your industry.
Yes, I love that. All right, so what do you like most about some of the outcomes you receive with your clients?
What I do love most is how empowered my clients become after we have talked through their contracts, after we have had our little mini therapy sessions of you are worth this amount, so don't be afraid to ask. Do the ask. I think my favorite outcome is not only getting my clients what they deserve, but also empowering them to, in the future, ask for what they deserve.
Yes, yes, exactly. All right, and what has been your biggest aha moment?
My biggest aha moment. I've been practicing law for about 20 years. And I would say about 10 years ago, when I started um, representing my first adult film star, I'm pretty good at what I do. I'm a good negotiator. So that's my aha moment. It's
Yes,
coming to that realization.
yes. I know a lot of people, especially in our industry, deal with like imposter syndrome and like not feeling like they're good enough for what they do. And so I love hearing that from you.
I dealt with that for a long, long time. It took a lot of work to get over that.
Yeah, so let me just throw in another question there on the topic of imposter syndrome, because I do hear a lot of people ask about that. Like, how do I get through it? How do I get over it? How do I realize that I'm good enough at what I do? So, do you have any tips or feedback about that?
Yeah, I started observing people, my peers, my opposing counsels, people I would negotiate with, and I kept saying to myself, wait a minute, I'm way more prepared. I'm way more competent. And it really took me observing other people to see that I can do this. I am better than them in a sense because I've had to work harder at it. I think it's really just a mindset of understanding that there are people out there who are less competent than you are
Mhm.
doing the same job or a better job or a higher job, and realizing that you can do it. It's really just a mindset.
Yeah, yeah, that is such a great tip. Thank you. All right. So lately, we've been hearing a lot about ethical adult films.
Mhm.
So, do your clients have a different experience working with like ethical adult film companies versus traditional adult film companies?
I would say yes. I would say ethical companies tend to come to the negotiating table a little bit better than your traditional company. They're a little bit more open to hearing what the talent needs, right? Or what they want on set, those types of things. Whereas traditional companies, you find there's a little bit of a pushback. Um, so I would say that that's the biggest takeaway. It would be that the ethical companies have a little bit more, I don't want to use the word empathy, but just a little bit more understanding that they're dealing with a human being as opposed to a product.
Mhm. Because everything that I've heard and like experienced with like the ethical adult film companies is that like they really do focus on making sure that everything you need is in your contract, like there's STI testing, that you're
Yes.
getting paid a fair wage and all of those things. Have you seen that with the people you've worked with?
Yes. So I will say that ethical companies tend to, there's one part of a contract, right? You negotiate the pay, you negotiate how much you're going to be paid, how many hours you're going to be working, that sort of thing. But the non-monetary terms of what you need on set, could be anything from, like you said, STI testing to an intimacy coordinator, anything like that. Those are what we call non-monetary terms. And so I find negotiating those terms with ethical companies are a lot easier than your traditional companies.
That's really great information. Thank you.
No problem.
All right, my last question. Can you give us a tip or a takeaway for our audience?
Don't be afraid to ask for what you want. Um, and I know that's easier said than done. And that's why, listen, a lot of people hire me to do the asking for them, right? Because it's easier. But we talked about that imposter syndrome. And I always say to my clients, the worst they can say is no.
Yeah.
The worst they can say is, well, maybe, and then we negotiate it and come to a midpoint that everyone's happy with. But don't be afraid to make those lists of the things that you need and put it out there because you're never going to know what is possible until you ask.
Yes. Oh, you're so right. That is a great takeaway. All right. Well, if you want to hear more from Ria Chattergoon, you can attend our event, Ethical and Legal Perspectives of Diverse and Alternative Communities. This is an online event happening February 22nd and 23rd, 2025. You can get a ticket by visiting our website at sexualhealthalliance.com. I'll also have the link in the website below. You can learn more about Ria by visiting the rclawgroup.com. And thank you for being with us today.
Thank you. I hope to see everyone at the conference.
All right. Bye, everybody.